Hello everyone, this is Self-Care Big Sis, and today I'm going to be talking about the importance of patience. And I am internationally traveling, and something I saw in the Frankfurt bathroom in Germany was a sign, and it was in German, not English, but the translation is, patience is the act of getting angry slower. And that really resonated with me, and it's been my mantra ever since I saw it on this trip because I really genuinely needed to see it. And I think a lot of people would benefit from this wisdom that I achieved by my many mistakes I've made while traveling. And I realized I'm an impatient person. I realized I get angry really quickly. Like if the plane's delayed, I'm mad. If the train's late, I'm mad. If I didn't get the right food when I ordered, I'm mad. If my brother's yelling at me to go to the bathroom, I get mad back. Like that is so exhausting. It wastes my whole day just because one thing didn't go my way. And I'm mad now. I'm impatient now. Impatience is the act of getting mad slower. You don't have to ruin anything. You don't have to ruin the next experiences because something didn't go your way. Life has struggles. Struggles make growth. Growth makes you a better person. It makes you more fulfilled. So impatience is just gonna make your growth not as fast, basically. And patience will help you grow and help you have a better quality of life. Because I was also in Venice, Italy, and here's an example where I did not use my patience and everything just got worse. I was not eating that day because I was so infatuated by everything I'm seeing. And that's another thing I learned, eat while you travel. Even if you want to just see this and this and this, it's important to fuel. But I did not, and I was in Venice, and it was summer and sunny a few days ago, and I ended up almost passing out because I got on a boat, and Venice doesn't have cars, they have boats because it's an island. Anyway, so I was getting on a boat, and I was like, whoa, so dizzy, and that was my first thing I was impatient about. I got anxiety, and then I was like, okay, no anxiety, I'm dizzy now, because I got angry from the anxiety, and then I ended up passing out. And then after I passed out, I woke up and I was like, oh no, I just passed out. And then I ended up throwing up. And then after I threw up, I ended up missing the boat. My entire family got on the boat. I didn't get on the boat. I was separated. Then I got mugged. Then I had a panic attack. This is all because I didn't have the patience to just sit down and take one breath. One breath. When I am feeling lightheaded, I instead try to push through it, try to be like, no, I don't need to do that right now. I don't need to take care of myself. I don't need to prioritize my self-care. No, I should have just sat there, waited, been patient for 3 seconds, been like, okay, I'm dizzy. Granola bar was in my purse. I didn't need it because I was impatient. I didn't need my granola bar, but I did need the granola bar. I needed to take 3 seconds. And I wouldn't have passed out, I wouldn't have thrown up, I wouldn't have missed the boat, I wouldn't have gotten mugged, I wouldn't have had a panic attack. All because of patience. That's what I needed in that moment, but I didn't use it. And that's just a very obvious situation where I needed patience. And the thing is, patience is so important. It is more important than anything else because the energy from impatience is an anxious energy. It's an angry energy. It's a low frequency. And love and gratitude, that's a high frequency. Patience is gratitude. Patience is I'm just happy to be here. I'm just waiting and it's okay. Like I'm just grateful. Impatience is I'm mad. Why aren't things going my way? You need to have the patience to be at such a frequency where things can't go wrong. Things can't take you down. The struggle won't define you because you are at a state of gratitude. I realized every single person is in charge of their own narrative. No one's going to come save you. You have to do everything yourself. You have to make your decisions. And you can perceive these events in different ways. Like around Rome. I'm in Rome right now. And there's broken glass on the street. There's someone used the restroom on the street. There's litter on the street. You can see it like that when you're on the street. Or you can walk on the street and then you see the stones are in shapes of hearts. You see a leaf is in the shape of a heart. You see the bird poop is in the shape of a heart. It's so beautiful how much the universe is blessing us constantly and constantly, giving us these signs that we're okay and that everything's going to go work out and we are loved and we are cared for. But we are too impatient to see the signs from the universe. I was walking up a staircase in Rome. It was a very big staircase. I was so angry. I was so impatient at the bottom of the staircase. I was like, why is there another set of stairs? This is the 40th flight of stairs I've walked on today. I don't want to walk up this flight of stairs. How dare Rome have stairs? I'm mad. And I almost gave up. I almost didn't want to walk up the stairs. I was like, I'm not going to walk up these stairs. I don't want to walk up these stairs. I'm going to go home. This is stupid. I need to rest. My mental health is important. Like, I think I'm prioritizing my mental health by being impatient, but I'm not. That's not the thing that prioritizes your mental health. What prioritizes your mental health is to be patient and go slower. Regulate your nervous system by going slower. Giving up does not regulate your nervous system. You see the staircase, you're like, wow, this is a challenge. I'm tired. The sun is out. It's 90 degrees. The UV is 13. You're seeing that stairs and you're like, yeah, I don't know if I'm going to make it, but I'm going to try. I'm going to have the patience to try. I'm going to have the patience to get through it. I'm going to have the patience to go and do that staircase. So I did it. There was no rail. The stairs were in the shape of a smiley face. There were cracks, broken rocks. The stairs were slanted upwards like that, so I could have fallen at any moment if I was impatient, if I was running and impatient, just being like, okay, I'll just do it, like blah, 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 low frequency. But I stood there. I was like, okay, let's be patient. Let's do the stairs slowly. Let's get through it. Let's take a breath, and we can do this. I step, all the way up these 50 stairs that are uneven and not safe. And then I get to the top of the stairs. I had no idea what was at the top of the stairs, but at the top of the stairs, there was a fountain. And at the top of the stairs, there was a nice person. There was someone who said, ciao. There was someone who said, buongiorno. Someone greeted me at the top. Someone made me smile at the top. If I would have walked down, I would have been like just angry. But then I get to the top. I'm smiling. I'm at a fountain. There's a drinking fountain. There's a sightseeing fountain. There's an overlook. You can see all of Rome. It's the most beautiful thing I've ever experienced, and it's all because I chose to be patient and walk up the staircase slowly. You don't have to give up. You can do things slowly. You can do things still when you're tired, when you're struggling. You can do them. Just do them slowly, but do not give up. Walk up that staircase and you will see the fountain. You will see the people greeting you. There was also a coffee shop. I kept going. I saw the fountain. I saw the people greeting me. I saw the overlook. And then there was more uphill. I kept going uphill. I did not want to go uphill. There were a bunch of trees. It was beautiful. It was amazing. And then I went uphill this time. There's a coffee shop. There's some cats to pet. There's more people saying buongiorno. It's just so much more of a pleasant experience if you just push through it and have your patience and check in with yourself. It's so much more enjoyable when you have to work for your things and struggle for your things and grow to get there. I felt so good about myself after I walked up those stairs. I did not think I was going to be able to do it. I thought that I was going to have to walk down and be really crabby for the rest of the day because of my impatience. But then I did it, and I felt proud, and then I had a really good day because I was so proud. Anyway, another instance where I needed my patience was when I was on a train. I have anxiety on trains, planes, cars, automobiles, small spaces with lots of people who are angry and impatient and tired. And I noticed anxiety is impatience. Like, I get anxiety on a train And I realized the root of my anxiety is impatience. I'm like, why aren't I here yet? I'm anxious. Are we gonna get there? I'm anxious. Are we gonna crash? I'm anxious. There's so many things that pop up in your brain during waiting periods. So I think patience is the cure to anxiety, because anxiety is fear of the unknown, but patience is being comfortable in the unknown because you're okay with it. You're okay with letting go and just letting God, you know? So I was on a train going from Florence to Rome, and it was a 2-hour train ride, and I was a little impatient, and I had to use the restroom, and that's a whole different tangent. I think anxiety comes from your stomach issues a little bit as well, because after I used the restroom, I was a lot less anxious, first of all. Anyway, anxiety is just a communicator, but I was impatient on the train, and I felt like having a panic attack. I was like, why are we here? And I'm tired, and then we're gonna get off the train, and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it. And that, like, you know, if I just sat with myself and I was like, I'm good, I'm here, Hakuna Matata, I would be a lot less anxious. So I think learning patience will cure my anxiety, and my anxiety comes from my lack of impatience. And eventually we got up because we had a lot of bags, and we had to protect the bags because we had to put them by the door because the overhead bins could not hold some of the bags from our group because they were just too big, and the overhead bins were kind of small. So we had to put the bags up there unguarded, and so every time we had to stop, we had to like get up and like guard the bags. And so that also made me a little bit anxious, but we did it. And then when we were leaving the train, I got so anxious because we were all standing in a line, and like I was not next to the bags. And I was like, oh my God, someone is gonna take my bags, and I'm gonna watch it happen, and I'm not gonna be able to do anything about it because there's like 5 people between us, and I can't just walk up there. Like, you know, my impatience was like, just go up there. I just want to go up there. Like, anxiety, I just want to go. But patience, after I learned to like breathe, saying it's okay, I can see the bags, I can just yell at them or something. Like, just patience is like stability. And so I learned to be patient in that moment, and my anxiety about like not being next to the bags actually went away. And then I was like, okay, like I'll just wait here and I'll be next to them in like 10 minutes. Sure. And then I was next to them in 10 minutes. Patience is the voice of reason. Impatience is just anxiety and making up things. Like, impatience can just leave. It's not a very good thing that we all possess. And a lot of us have it. Most of us have it. And it just makes things harder. So learning patience is the way. Here's my theory as to why we are all impatient. I think it's because our dopamine receptors are broken because of the amount of social media we have, because we are used to instant gratification, so we never have to actually wait for anything. And that's why we don't have patience, because we've never exercised patience. But while I'm traveling, I'm having to exercise patience every single day at every single thing. Like, if I want food, I have to go out and walk, and then wait somewhere, and then order somewhere, and then wait some more, and then maybe they don't speak English, so I have to like do it again. Like, you know, I'm having to practice so much patience that I am going to be great at this by the time I'm done here. And I got a lot of patience that I need to work on. I have a lot of impatience and anxiety when it comes to driving, because I'm like, oh my God, like, I'm not gonna make it. Am I there yet? Like, what if I get a wreck? Like, I'm just overthinking, because my dopamine receptors are so broken, because I've been on social media as an influencer for over 8 years. I've been trying to do this for over 8 years, and I'm not there yet, and I'll get there. Anyway, I'm not giving up, but subscribe, so help me along my journey. Woo! We should do like a little party for year 9. Also, I had different channels. It wasn't all this one. I've had like over 20 channels that I've tried. Anyway, I should just be consistent. But anyway, I have broken my dopamine receptors. And a lot of people are like that, but me especially. My screen time used to be 16 hours a day. Yeah, like the 8 hours I would sleep would be the only time where I wasn't on my phone. And that just destroyed my dopamine receptors. I had zero patience, to the point where I couldn't even go to a restaurant without getting mad because they're taking too long. And I'm hungry now. So I would just Uber Eats, and while I'm doing Uber Eats, I would do my hair and I would film a video, and I would just have so many things lined up to where I never have to wait. And then if I did wait, I would get really, really anxious because waiting is anxiety inducing, like waiting at the hospital, for instance. This is another thing that happened in Florence. My brother drank some water from the, what's it called? He drank some water at the Pitti Plaza. I think that's what it's called. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But it was in Florence, and it's this big, beautiful garden. And they had these signs in the bathroom that said non-potable water, which means don't drink it. It has salmonella in it and E. coli. So he drank like a bunch of handfuls of it. So we had to actually take him to the hospital. And that was also because of impatience. If he was just patient enough to walk to the gift shop and buy water, then maybe he wouldn't have gotten E. coli. Anyway, that's another just lesson of use your patience to not get severely messed up. Anyway, but that happened, and while he was at the hospital, I was sobbing. I was like, my brother has E. coli, and I could have helped him. I felt so guilty. I was sobbing so much. I was like, I should have been there for him. I should have given him some of my water. Like, why didn't he tell me he wanted water? Blah, 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 blah. And then I was just sobbing and sobbing and sobbing because I didn't know if he was okay. He was at the hospital for hours, and they were doing so many tests on him. He kept throwing up and having diarrhea. Anyway, I don't know if I can even say all this on YouTube. But if I would have had patience and been like, okay, I'm not going to react until I know if he's okay, then I wouldn't have gone through such a mental crash out on that day. And I would have just been like fine at the end of the day, because he came back and he was like fine apparently. Like the case of E. coli was just a mild case, so it only lasted like a few days, and he was just fine, and the Italian doctors were like, you're fine. And so people do this all the time. You just got to flush it out of your system. You're fine. And then I was like so upset in that waiting period, in that impatient period. Like my impatience literally makes me crash out, makes me anxious, makes me feel so terrible. And if I would have had patience, I would not have felt terrible. I would not have fainted in Venice. I would not have sobbed over my brother with the E. coli. Like, I would just be like regulated 24/7 with patience. So I think patience is very important to practice, and I think everyone should practice patience, and that's something I learned in Europe on a different continent. It took me traveling to a different continent to learn this, and I'm telling you all this for free without y'all having to do any of this stuff. So that's some valuable wisdom right there, people. Subscribe to my channel if that resonates with you and has helped you, and comment below what y'all think I should do next and what y'all think of this. Yeah. So Rome especially is really, really, really testing me right now, because I was really scared when we got here because we accidentally booked our Airbnb next door to a prison, to Rome's first prison. And when you walk outside, there's graffiti everywhere. And when you walk outside, there's litter and broken glass, and there's some signs of buildings that have fallen over. So I'm pretty sure I'm in the ghetto right now of Rome, which is pretty unsafe. I feel like Rome is a big city, like New York kind of thing. And I'm in the ghetto. I'm in like the Brooklyn, and it's fine. But I just got a little scared at first. But after I was more patient, I realized that this is fine. Like, this is okay. And also, like, the beds are like really hard, and like the dryer makes a really, really, really loud noise. The tea kettle makes loud noises. The toilet was flooding. The shower was flooding. Everything was wet. And we're a little bit in the different side of town than I expected. I thought I was going to be in like a touristy place, but I'm more in like a local prison place, which is nice because I never thought I would have this experience in my lifetime, and now I have it. So not everyone can say that. But at first I was like, I don't know about this place. But ever since I've stayed here, I realized it was actually okay. And we don't even have AC, and it's like 90 degrees in here, but we do have AC. only if we have a key, but there's 3 of us, so like if one of us leaves, then they can't take the key. So basically I have to like stay up later and ruin my sleep schedule to like let the people in who went out, even though I did go out. So that's kind of interesting. But anyway, it was just like so many things. I have to sacrifice so many things. And I'm just learning how to have patience and how to sacrifice and how to let go, let God, and just trust the process and not be super overwhelmed by my surroundings right now. But I think it's actually okay because I was walking and it was like really fun and really not that terrible. No one was messing with me at all. It just looks interesting, but no one was messing with me. I was just able to walk. Like, it was a pleasant experience. So don't judge things when you first see them. And we have a beautiful terrace and we have a nice fridge and nice coffee, nice tea, very good restaurants, very pretty outlooks. So I just needed to wait and use my patience, not just immediately judge, be like, oh my God, it's scary. I needed to have patience and realize, oh wow, this is a very genuine experience. It's not tourist, it's genuine, it's local. And I get to have this and I'm grateful. And that's what patience has taught me. So yeah. Okay, but here are some ways that I think you guys can exercise patience. First of all, it's gonna give you anxiety to exercise patience, especially if you're not used to exercising patience, because it gives me anxiety to exercise patience. But there's gonna be a point where you just get used to it and you're like, okay, fine, like whatever. But I think ways you can exercise patience are going to restaurants and ordering food that takes a really, really long time to get out, and then waiting in long lines and talking to people around you, just kind of enjoying life. Going in traffic, except I don't really like places where other people are impatient because it's hard to like have your own energetic that hasn't been messed with. But that's like next level. Like if you can be patient in a group of impatient people, that's higher, next level. I don't have that yet, but anyway. But I'm saying like just kind of go slower, you know, do some tasks that take a little bit longer to receive the dopamine, like maybe write a song, write a book, create something, paint something, sculpt something, do something creative, make a YouTube video, do something that takes a little bit to see a result. Create a business, create something that takes time, and then take your time. You have the time. Take it and use it and be slow and be present. Being present is so much more important than being perfect. That's something I learned here as well, because I was really scared to go on this trip, not gonna lie, because I've never been out of the country. I didn't know what Italy was like. I didn't know what Germany was like. I didn't know what Austria was like. I didn't know what Czech Republic was like. I did not know what UK was like. I just knew what Texas was like. And Texas is such a tiny bubble. It's so different than this, and I'm not going to say much about it, but it's just different in many ways, and I'm learning so much, and I'm open, and I'm grateful that I'm able to learn and be open and gain this wisdom. But I will say my wisdom comes from a lot of my mistakes. There has been so much drama on this trip. I have almost fainted. Well, I fainted twice, and then I threw up, and then my brother was in the hospital for E. coli, and then my mom was having struggles with all the stairs, and then my other friend who is gluten-free ate gluten, and she expanded. And then there was just so many things. And then my other person who was here, her back started hurting. There were so many things. We were late to a train. We had a 4-hour delay on a plane. So many things have happened that were just chaotic. And we just were running and sleeping 4 hours a day and doing all this, and this, to the point where I couldn't even see the Trevi Fountain today because I'm so tired, and I just needed to do something creative and make a YouTube video because I'm so tired of running. I've been up since 5 a.m. because I went on a 2-hour hike this morning, and then I was going to be up until late at the Trevi Fountain, but I just could not go. It's 8 p.m. here. I just could not go. I'm so exhausted. Anyway, when in Rome, I guess. But I'm just saying, like, being patient is a good way to pace yourself, especially when you're doing a lot of things. And being slower is better. Being slow and steady wins the race, just like the tortoise and the hare was saying. But yeah. Anyway, I will make more videos about the wisdom that I learned in Europe and wisdom I learned in general, because I really think this is valuable information, and it took me traveling across the world to learn this, and I just wanted to share it with y'all so y'all can have this kind of knowledge that I've gained as well. So if you like this video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, this is Self-Care Big Sis, and comment below what I should do next. Or if you want to see anything in Europe, maybe I can show you. Thank you so much for watching my video, and I'll see you next time. Bye!